Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are ranking the best small forwards in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM here on this tier list. We got a list with basically all the best small forwards in the game right now. Excited to get into it and see where we think these guys do fall. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it and let's break down the small forward position. We'll start off with fan favorites Tim Thomas, who's towards the bottom of this list at this point. The honest truth is, this is a stacked list. We got 33 cards or so on this list, but there are very few actually bad ones at this point in the year. I mean, Tim Thomas is a solid card. He's 6'10". He's got a decent jumper. He's got pretty good sigs. He's well-rounded stat and badge wise. He's a good card. And yet when you look at this list, it's like he's at best low B tier, might even be C tier. Just this list is absolutely loaded with talent. And I think, I mean, as of right now, I'm going to go C. I might move that up. Kevin McHale, I think he's S tier, but it's really close. And there's a lot of guys on this list that you could probably argue over him. For me, I'm going to go McHale S. I do love the jump shot. I love the player build as well, 6'10", but with a 7'11" wingspan. That length is super valuable and one of the best parts about the card. I think he's really good. I think he's S tier. Purvis Ellison, A tier. I don't care that he's an opal. He's one of the best small forwards in the game. He's 6'10", extremely switchable, invincible sigs. Absolute dog. I think he's A tier. Andre Kirilenko, B tier. He's better than Tim Thomas. I don't think he's as good as a Purvis Ellison. Great jumper, great defender. Not a ton of movement though, and I just think at this point in the year, those types of things are the things to differentiate the top cards. So I think he's B tier. I do think Giannis is also S tier. I'm not sure he's even really that much better than Kevin McHale, to be totally honest. The more I use McHale and the more I use Giannis, the more I'm like, they're basically the same level of card. In fact, I might even prefer McHale in all honesty. I'm starting to get there, but I do think they're both like lower S tier realistically. When I look at the other names in this list, there's probably a few better than them, but it's probably going to be a big S tier as well because there's a lot of really good small forwards. Luol Deng, same exact tier as Andre Kirilenko. They're very similar cards, both solid sized, versatile quality defenders who have pretty good jumpers. And but Luol's got a little bit more creation than I would say AK does, but not by a ton. Still probably a B tier guy. Josh Smith also feels B tier to me. Jumper's great, but the movement is kind of and the jumper's not that insane. And he's, again, 6'9", quality defender, but not off the dribble that insane or anything. I feel like he's a solid, if not elite, a small forward at this point. Pettit, that's an S tier for sure. He's better than both McHale and Giannis, in my opinion. His shot creation is pretty close to unmatched in this game, especially with how elite his jump shot is. I love that Pettit card offensively and defensively. He absolutely holds his own as well. I think he's S tier. Elton Brand, A tier, really good, attainable small forward, 6'9", 7'5" wingspan, great jumper, great sigs. The NBA draft #1 pick set was incredible for the attainable small forwards, and Purvis and Elton are both awesome cards. Jermaine O'Neal's also an A tier to me. Great sigs. Doesn't have the best jumper, and it does hold him back a little bit, but he's a 6'10" switchable, quality, Pro 2 fade, good moving, like really good card. If he had a better jumper, he'd be S. As is, he's probably A. Actually, I'm not certain he'd be S on this list, but I feel like he's lower A as of right now, in all honesty, because of that. James Worthy's a B tier card. I don't care that he's an invincible. His jumper's improved, obviously, from his 100 overall, but his sigs are the same. They're not that good. I don't think he's that incredible at all. I'd rather have the A tier small forwards, personally. John Isaac, I don't like his jumper. If I liked his jumper, I'd like the card a lot more, but his upper stinks on his shot, and it limits him considering he's not a great off-the-dribble creator either. I think he's probably C tier. Jalen Johnson is D tier. I don't think he's good. His jumper isn't very good. He's a little undersized compared to most of the guys on this list. He's just not a very good card. Elton Brand is not quite as good as McHale or Giannis to me, but he is very good. Sorry, Sean Kemp, high A tier. I think he's better than both Purvis and Elton. He's a stud. He's probably, there's a good chance he winds up being the best card in A tier. I think he's very, very good, but I do still think he is A tier at this point. Vlad Rad, awesome sigs, good jumper. Wish he was a little more complete stat and badge wise. He is 6'10" with good shot creation ability. I think he's very solid. I feel like he's the highest card in B tier, but as of right now, I don't think he's quite on the A tier level either. I don't like, for example, Danny Manning to me is a little better than Vlad Rad. More complete statistically, great jumper in his own right, quality movement himself. Another awesome card from the NBA draft, #1 pick set at the small forward position. KG's top 2 at the position in the game. He's absolutely nasty. Basically perfect. You know what I mean? He's as good as a KG card's pretty much ever going to be. Has Sexton upper on a great jump shot with perfect sigs and elite size. I mean, he's an insane card, no doubt about it. Dolph Schayes, I didn't like this card as much as a lot of other people did. I know he had good SIGs, but he's only 6'8". I didn't think his jumper was that great. I was not the biggest fan. I think he's C tier. Dave Cowens to me is an A tier, not an S tier. I don't think he's as good as any of the guys in S tier, but I think he's a very solid card. He's 6'9", good SIGs, good card. He's like a worse Pettit, you know what I mean? Good jump shot, but well-rounded, solid card. He just doesn't have quite the SIGs or the release of a Bob Pettit to be an S tier card at 6'9". So I think he's an A tier guy to me. Siakam has pretty good movement. I don't think he's better than AK, Dang, or Smith though, especially considering he's an inch shorter than them. His jumper's not spectacular. I feel like he's probably C tier. I don't like Zebo's jumper. For me, he's one of the couple D tier guys on this list. This is such a loaded list that it's like, who do I even put in D tier? You know what I mean? These literally might be the only two cards, but I do think Zebo unfortunately has to go down there. Beasley, as much as I love him at this point, his dark matter to me is not an S tier or an A tier card at this point. I think he just doesn't quite have no Garland dribble style, not the best SIGs across the board, and limited-ish defensively. I don't know if he quite has enough at this point that I'd put him A tier. I still love the jumper though, and his GOAT card's one of the best cards in the game. Speaking of GOAT cards, Dirk Nowitzki, best small forward in the game, S tier, absolutely amazing. He's legitimately one of the best cards in the game, and Patty Mills-based Dirk upper just works. He is so good. Easy S tier. MPJ, really good 100 overall for just jump shot, little bit of SIGs, but very good shot. Feels like a high B tier. Honestly, I'm looking at this list. The B tier is a little, I'm going to move you down, I'm going to move you down, and then I'm going to move you down, and we're just going to balance this out a little bit like this. John Isaac's going to stay C tier because of his defense. You know, I think we're gonna leave it like this. Just move it down a little bit, make the B tier a little bit stricter. This feels pretty fair. I think I like that. Blake Griffin is another one of the small forwards that very similar to Kemp. I don't think is quite as good as Mikhail or Giannis, but he's really good. He's another high A tier, elite level invincible small forward. In fact, these guys are good enough that I want to move Danny Manning and Jermaine O'Neal down a tier. I think that's fair as well. Then we'll also move Josh Smith down into the next tier. I think that's probably reasonable to make those types of changes. 100 overall LeBron is another A tier small forward, 6'9", amazing SIGs, amazing jump shot. He's basically perfect, but he is only 6'9", and he has that hard step back instead of Levine, and this S tier is loaded, man. There's just a lot of good cards. I think he's A. Paulo, S tier. He's basically GOAT MJ at small forward at 6'10", amazing jumper, perfect SIGs, perfect stats and badges, of course, as all the GOAT cards are. He is an absolute dog. Chris Webber. Where did I put Chris Webber? I dropped him on accident. High A again. If the jumper was a little more consistent to me, I'd have him S tier. His SIGs are great. I really do like the card, but the jumper's just not consistent enough. The Patty Mills base Oscar upper. He's still very good. He's still A tier, but I don't think he's S. Joe Smith, yet another A tier card. And all these guys are staying A tier at this point too. I'm not moving anybody down. Joe Smith is an absolute stud, 6'10", great shot creation, great release. Another awesome card from this set. Just another amazing A tier small forward. KD's not really a small forward, but he is S tier. I'd rather play him at shooting guard, but he is 6'10" with perfect SIGs, amazing jump shot, amazing animations, amazing everything. He's one of the best small forwards in the game. I personally just think of him more as a shooting guard. So for me, I'd probably play him there if you do have that card. Larry Keenan's fine. He's a 6'9" small forward with a pretty good with very good defense, honestly. Great stats and bad. It's a good jump shot. Not a horrible card. He's probably low B. I think he's fine. He's like a little better than Josh Smith, but not insane. Kenyon Martin, yet another A tier. Just has to be though. 6'9", great jumper. That KPJ Sexton is elite. Awesome SIGs, great stats and badges. Another card that came out the same weekend as the NBA Draft #1 pick set. Another awesome card. And the final card on the list is Evan Mobley, who is yet another A tier small forward. I'm sorry, the A tier is just huge on this list. Mobley doesn't quite have the jumper to be S tier. I think he's an awesome card. I don't think he's S tier personally. So with that being said, this is the list. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this list in the tier list or in the comments down below. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.